Hey guys, welcome back to the British Films channel, and today I'm using the A6M30. This video is requested by Matthew Pro, so I decided to go ahead and do this. If you guys have any suggestions, please leave them down in the comments below and I'll make sure to get to them. So this is actually a really well-rounded plane, especially for beginners in the game. I definitely recommend the Japanese planes just because they're very versatile. So this plane you'll find being really good in the turning, climbing, and it's also doesn't stall very often, and it carries more bombs than the Hind, so you'll be able to take out a lot of ships and stuff. It's also really good for farming if you just want to farm AA guns or just other planes in arcade mode. And it's also what you could call a noob shredder because this thing will just wreck anyone who doesn't really know how to counter it. Now it's very easily countered by Hellcats and Corsairs, and you'll see a lot of that, and that's mainly due just because it's not nearly as fast as them, but that's only when it's in a dive. If they just took it off or something, you'll easily be able to just out-energy them because it's energy. This thing can really energy fight, especially when it comes down to like turning and stuff. It'll just last a lot longer and turn a lot better. And this is one of the fastest turning fighters in the game, besides the P-35. So if you ever gotta engage in a turn fight, this is your go-to plane for it. And I just really like this plane. It's equipped with two 20mm and two 13mm, so you'll definitely be wrecking a lot of people with this. It's enough to take out bombers, fighters, and it just knocks them out of the sky very easily, so it's definitely very good to use. It's very fragile though, this plane, so if it gets hit a little bit, it might just go out on you and just break down. It's not like the Spitfire where like one hit knocks the engine out and it's all over. It's more like one hit will like knock a couple of chunks off your plane, and yeah, you don't want to get hit, especially when you rely on turning so much. So you'll see this P-47 here. If I was to go head on head with it, you might get hit. So I'd recommend just like tapping it, like just fire a quick burst and then turn out of there. Because otherwise they'll line up some shots and get some hits on you. Now you'll see that the P-47 is a lot faster than me, even though it still has its payload and everything, and that's because of its dive. So I won't be able to catch up to it, and that's one of the downsides with this plane. However, if you get some dedicated fighter, like you'll be able to probably outturn them and just wreck him really easily. And it's especially good just for farming noobs. It's like one of the noob killers. Or if you're a beginner in the game, highly recommend this plane. It's also really cheap to get just the regular Zero, which is enough to just wreck a lot of people in the game. And you'll see that the P-47 just bombs two destroyers, gets a lot of kills, and I want revenge. I want to get him back, so that's what I'm gonna do. So right here he tried to rocket me, but he missed. Very luckily, one rocket will destroy this thing. I think a rocket just kills everything. So now I'm going to turn into the P-47 and try to land a couple shots. And he's kind of almost turning into me, so I'll be able to land a few sniper rounds if I'm very accurate here. And you'll see that most of my rounds just miss, and then I get a couple hits in there. But the P-47 is very, very, very durable, so you got to hit it quite a bit. And you want to get pretty close to it. He's going to turn into me right here, and I think I overlet a bit, and I get hit just a little bit. However, it's not that big of a deal. If like only one bullet hits you, you'll be alright. But if it gets to the point where he strafes you, like it's like a 1 second burst maybe onto you, you'll probably go down. So the P-47 gets knocked out of the sky by Caillou, so good job to him. And yeah, let's go attack their base now. So I kind of avoid the head-on-head with this guy, and I just turn into him like this, and I just pull really hard, and then just take a couple shots. And a couple of them rounds, I was pretty darn good. It might have been the back gunner of the Kate, but I like this guy. I don't know. So anyways, he'll be trying to dive away from me. However, because the P-40 is a lot slower than the other planes, you'll have a lot more trouble doing that. And also, he's turning pretty fiercely, so I'll be easily able to catch up and just land a couple shots on him, which will just tear him up in no time. So he gets hit there, and he kind of survives that. But just with all this pelting, it's just going to wound him too much. And he's just going to get wrecked in this turn right here, and he just catches on fire. And man, he goes down in like a ball of flame, and then he just blows up midair. And I think the guy behind me got pretty mad because I took his kill. Well, he took one of my kills. We're even. Now, if you're a beginner to the game and you want some kind of easy get-going plane, I definitely recommend the Japanese side for you. And I also, if you want to know, if you don't want to spend a lot of gold, if you want to try like free to play almost, I try to just stay with the Zero because you don't really need the A6M3. The Zero performs very well too. It's just with the A6M3 you'll find yourself to be a lot faster, and the engine works a lot better. And the P-47 there miraculously survived, but I think it lost something pretty important. And then the Corsair comes at me. Now when the Corsair comes at you, you got to be very careful because they'll definitely be able to do some tactics on you, which you won't really be able to defend against too much. I don't play the Japanese side often, so I don't really know what to do really in those type of situations. But if you're a pretty good Japanese pilot, you'll figure it out. So just based off what I've learned through this battle, just don't go head on head. Always just try to turn, like, just turn with them. Give them weird angles to fire at. Don't drive in a straight, fly in a straight line. Just try to keep their bullets away from you, because any slight hits will just cause you to get wrecked. So I'm chasing down that P-35, so let's just go get him. So some strategies I recommend for the A6M3 is probably just high and low yo-yos, just diving down on people, just sniping them out, that kind of stuff. When you're climbing like this, don't just climb straight because the Corsair will follow you. I try to make a little turn there, make it a little bit harder, but a few of his rounds hit me, and I don't know how I didn't lose anything there, but I think around 3 bullets hit me, 350 cal, so it kind of hurt me a bit. I'm at 62% health, but health really doesn't matter. It just means that my next hit will probably be very fatal. So the A6M3 can be very effective against taking out bombers. However, for bomber taken out, I'd probably recommend the Hind just because it can dish out more damage and is also a lot faster. With the A6M3, you don't want to do what I did here, which is lazy. You just wanted to just see how many rounds I can hit it with. You'll find that you want to just light it up. Like, don't let go of the trigger because, you know, you'll get wrecked. So the Corsair hops up behind me and it knocks off my aerial on. And here I'm just trying to just ram the bomber at this point, kind of. I don't know why. And then I started shooting and I hit the debris of it. Like, I didn't hit the bomber, I hit the debris of it. It was really sad. Also, I ran out of rounds, cannon rounds. If I had any cannon rounds left, it probably would have gone down. But I got taken out by the bomber, but I'll get it back. Also, I forgot to mention, for extra mobility, decrease your fuel to about 35% and jettison all your bombs. That'll allow you to dogfight like a pro. Even if you don't know anything, like, you can outturn like everything in this plane, especially when you put your flaps on. Like, everything will be outturned. You'll be a lot faster. As you can see, I'm going like 500 kilometers an hour, and I'm conserving energy a lot better than I would have if I had 100% fuel and those heavy bombs with me. So for this video, I'm going to mainly focus on how to take out Corsairs, and I'm kind of learning how to do that in this video, so it might look a little weird. You might see me get killed a lot, but it's all part of the learning process. I mean, you only learn from your mistakes or other people's mistakes or stuff like that. But that guy, he just blade out just stole my kill, which is fine. It's fine. It's about teamwork, right? It's not about those new skins that are coming out. They're going to cost like 40,000. I have quite a bit of XP. I think I got almost 200,000 XP. So I'll make sure to get those skins and just showcase them to you guys, tell you which ones to get, that kind of stuff. Because they're going to be quite costly, so you want to know which one to get. And I hope I have enough for all the skins. But yeah, we'll get into that when the update comes out. And man, I'm really hyped for it. It's almost there. Like, maybe today, tomorrow, who knows when it's going to come out. Maybe this week. Hopefully before school starts. I don't want to be at school like this whole update thing. So I'm trying to snipe this guy out because he's climbing right now. And I'm able to keep up with him for the most part. But then he starts to turn into me. And I like just switch to all my guns. And I just don't let go of the trigger. That's the key. Hit them before they hit you. And then I still get hit. But like, don't let them just like spray you down. When it comes to it, you want to hit them way before they hit you. Especially on head-on-heads. Because it's just, if they start hitting you up, then you're gonna not be able to land those rounds on them. So just make sure you can hit them before they hit you, which is the case for like every plane, but especially with this plane. Don't be afraid of losing all your ammo in that one head-on-head. You just gotta hit him, otherwise you're not gonna survive. So he kind of dives away from me. He's smoking a bit. He probably lost an aerial on or something, maybe his rudder. Who knows? But we'll have to get him. I'm gonna try landing on a carrier here, and then he just flanks me while I'm doing that, and I just get wrecked. So that kind of stuff. And of course, I have no energy left after I try landing there. And yeah, he's just gonna be able to turn with me here for a bit and just go head on head and just wreck me. which kind of sucks. But I get a couple hits on him at least. At least I'm going down with a fight. Man, I'm like stalling out here. I'm not able to catch up. Corsair is really fast, so you just gotta be careful with it. And it's gonna pull a loop right here. And because I'm not really good at landing those rounds, I don't really hit him enough. But he gets me, but I'll get him back. It's okay. So he gets hit by flak. That was so awesome. I've never seen anyone get, well, I've seen people get hit by flak, but it's always like a direct hit. That was not a, it just hit. That was pretty awesome. Really awesome. So the bomber comes through now, and he just hits up the ship like really hard. So on that turn right there, I hit him up pretty good. He's pretty wounded. It looks like he's jettisoned his bombs and just blew up. Did he blow himself up with his own bombs? I don't know. Anyway, P-35 is coming in, easy kill. However, if they're very experienced P-35, then you gotta watch yourself because they'll outturn you. But you'll out-energy them, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull around and just hit them up really hard. P-35s aren't really durable, so if you just get a couple of 20s into them, they'll just go down really easily. I don't even know if you can say 20s when it's a 20 millimeter. You gotta say the millimeter part. I think it's a 20 caliber. I don't know. So yeah, I'm missing a lot here, but I tend to do that with P-35s just to scare him. I don't know. I just hit him up a little bit. I'm trying to conserve as much ammo as possible, as you can see. Not really, I'm just spamming. And I just blow the whole back part of his plane off. So very nice kill there, and let's get into how to kill that Corsair. So after getting shot a few times by him, I learned the strategy. It all starts up high, it all starts in the energy. So I decided to dive down on him about here, because I know he's going to pull into me. And I'm just going to land a couple rounds in him, and then just pull off. As you can see, he's pre-firing here, but he doesn't have quite an angle. Yet I had the angle there because of my mobility. I hit him up quite a bit. His speed's going to be reduced because he lost a chunk of his plane. And it looks like he lost his right aileron, so that'll help me out in the turn a bit more. It'll also slow him down. And for every piece of your plane you lose, you slow down. If you lose your elevator and some other piece of your plane basically would just stall. So as you can see right there, I tried to make him just miss a bit, and then he's turning a lot. He's getting a little bit worried here. We're going into some scissors, and he just exposes himself. This is the perfect position to be in. Just knocking chunks off his plane. It looks like he's going to hit the deck, but he just bails out instead, it looks like. So that was a very nice kill there. And then not just that, but we're also going to go on a kill streak almost. So the P-35 is coming right at us, and we're just going to line ourselves up here just to get those hits. You can go head on head with P-35s if they have 30 cals or 50 cals. And also, if they're in a P-35, that probably means they're not the most experienced pilot half the time. I could be wrong. Like some of them could probably be very experienced pilots. I know that I was not a very experienced pilot when I used the P-35. But we'll line ourselves up, not just by like when we get this P-35, we line ourselves up for another kill right here. So the P-35 will go down very soon. And then another plane would just position himself to where we can just hit him up. He just lost the whole back of his plane. He's just slowly going down. Oh, he eject. So he's saved if his parachute goes off. Now that Corsair is coming back. Just going to line up that head-on-head. And just be very careful on the head-on-heads. We hit him up pretty good and we blow up. So yeah, and it's also, it's actually okay. Well, I don't know if it's okay. But don't worry about like ramming someone because I mean it was a tactic used, and I know it's a very brutal tactic, but like I mean it's just a game. So I mean if you gotta ram someone in the Japanese planes, go for it because I mean that's kind of what they did in World War II, and it is it's a known tactic, the kamikaze. Even though it's brutal, I mean it's just a game, so like you can probably do that as well, and it will kill most of the planes. So if you're farming whatever, and you're like, dang, I'm out of ammo or I can't get this guy, just ram him. You'll get a kill still as long as you hit him. So yeah, let's move on. Ah, dang, there's like a whole bunch of them around me. I just got wrecked, guys. They're all around me. Okay, guys, it's not about what the review's about. It's about what works, guys. The KI, it works, guys. I'm gonna just switch to that for a second. I just want to compare them, and I want to see the differences. And I went to the KI, and I feel like it's a lot more balanced. Because before, it was just really OP. Like you could reach speeds faster than a Corsair, so the Corsair wouldn't stand a chance against it. But it's still really good in the dive. So what I'd recommend with it is when they're trying to BNZ you and they like miss or whatever, couldn't dodge, just go ahead and pull up and dive down, and you'll get them really easily. And they've capped out the speed for it, so that's pretty good. I kind of like how they did that. I feel like it's a lot more balanced. And I'm not an experienced KI pilot, but I do know that 420mm cannons will tear up any plane at any distance. I mean, you're not going to have a lot of troubles with this one. He wants to go head on head, fine by me. I'll show him what it's like to get shot by 420mm. As you see, just a little strafe there and you just pull away. And I was actually very surprised to see that he survived that, because I'm pretty sure he got hit with like at least, he didn't even shoot. I hit him with at least 30 rounds, maybe not 30 rounds, 20 rounds, maybe somewhere around that, like 20, 40 million. Anyways, it's okay that he survived. I mean, he's not a P-35. I know a P-35 won't survive. I mean, he's only in a P-40, so we let him go for a bit. So you'll be able to turn, but not nearly as well as in the A6M3 and the KI-63. So you want to be a little careful with your turning, because the Corsair will be able to maybe line up a shot on you before you will if you're in a bad position or have a bad angle. This guy decides to come back for more, so I'm going to go ahead and hit him up quite a bit there. And that wounds him to the point where it's going to be a lot harder for him to dogfight now. And they're both wounded, so I mean, it's just going to be really easy. He goes ahead and crashes into the ground. I get credited with the kill, which was pretty nice. And I'm going to leave this round with quite a bit of XP when I'm done here because of all the farming I've done. I was going to farm some AA with this thing, but it didn't really turn out like that. And right there, we hit each other. That was so boss. Did he survive? Did he bail? He bailed too. So now we're going to have to, like, swim in the ocean and just kill each other. I don't know. I'm joking. So anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this review. If you liked the review, make sure to give this video a like. If you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike, because it lets me know if you guys like it or not. If you're new to the channel and like this type of stuff, make sure to subscribe. I'll be doing some new games. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. And if you guys are wondering what plane to get with the Japanese side, I just recommend the regular Zero, because the A6M3 is really not that much better. But if you want to be like all-ace Japanese pilot, get the A6M3 or the KI-63. The A6M3 is really good in turn fighting and all that kind of stuff. KI is good for just taking out ships and bombers, that kind of stuff, or good on head. You'll also go a lot faster with this one. So yeah, the choice is yours, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the skies. This is J-Knight from Bros Film Channel signing out.